All right, YouTube, I just want to say something. I haven't been putting out a ton of videos because the truth being, a lot of stuff that we talk about in the red pill in the manosphere community is things that we can't control. We can't control what another man or woman does, etc., etc. And even trying to is like, it's kind of psychopathic. So we got to worry about what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? And, it's hard because in our time we live in a world of social media. So for me, I work 61 hours a week, so I don't have all day to be online looking at, oh, this person did this person did that, blah blah blah. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't do anything besides going to church a few hours a week. Might spend 3 or 4 hours a week at church at the most, probably around 3 hours a week at church. And then, I work 61 hours a week, you know. And basically, I walk or jog around the park, usually just walking, man. But anyways, that's what I do, and that's the only time I see people is when I walk around the park that's near my house, or when I go to work, or when I go to church. Besides those places, I'm not really exposed to the whole world like just to the people who are in my jobs, and because I work two jobs, and then the people in my church, is very few people in my church, and then there's a lot of people that walk around the park, but we don't really speak to each other. Now I see people who go to my job also at my park, because honestly my city is pretty small. Like you're going to see somebody again, etc., etc. But yeah, I live a small life. You could say I live kind of like a 50-year-old man or something. Like, you don't expect for a 28 or 29-year-old guy to do so little, and to interact with so few people on a daily basis or weekly basis or whatever. But here's the deal. I understand that the city I'm living in, this isn't Dallas or Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? This isn't Atlanta, Georgia, and this isn't Los Angeles, California. It's a medium-sized city that's in the western region. And if you're straight young black man, your options are gonna be whatever they are. You can take them or you can leave them. The market doesn't care if I don't ever have children, if I never get laid again, because you gotta understand something. You know, as a man, there are more men who will, what I'm saying, if you don't want somebody, there's always another man that will do whatever that's required of him or asked of him. That's what people in the red pill have to understand. I think that we become delusioned to content creators telling us how much we're worth and blah blah blah. That at the end of the day, we get an overinflated sense of self, when the truth is, I'm a guy. I'm an average looking. I might be a little above average if I get a hair, because I got a haircut and taking care of myself. At the same time, the dating market is not hurting because I don't choose to date anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not really affecting it because there are more single men than women. So when some of us abstain from dating, it becomes a 1-on-1 ratio. And especially from the standpoint of straight single women who don't have children, even if like half of us left the dating pool, it will become equal. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the way things are, a lot of men could get up and walk away and things will still be equal. As far as it'll be a 1-to-1, the dude will have a chance, a punching chance at all the guys who were still participating have a punching chance in the situation. These are just the numbers. I did the stats online, and even they were saying that it was more single men than single women in a lot of cities, in a lot of metro areas. And only in the South were there like 7 or 8 cities or small towns where there were more single women than single men in the South. But almost every other region, it was more single men than single women. So I think that guys in the red pill sector, there are some stats that we've never seen, and that's why we're so angry, because not only have we been lied to in movies, people have been telling us that there were far more women than men. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about just in hoods where Pookie and them are getting shot up. So there are more women because in that neighborhood because of them getting shot up. No, uh, yeah, people been told us there are just more women. Period. Like there were more women born than men, and that's just ridiculous. We've been misled by stats. You know, people have been feeding us all these stats to keep us playing games and trying. You know, if guys really knew the numbers game, they probably wouldn't be playing it. You know, so this whole game is a setup because if dudes know that there are more single men than single women, then playing the numbers game is retarded. You know, excuse my language, but that's how I feel. It's not conducive to play those games if there's more uh, single men than single women. And, you know, it's to the point where I just want you guys to know the numbers, and that's why I'm not angry anymore. It's just scientific. I get angry when I've been lied to, and when people have me deluded, wasting time playing games that were never going to work out for me. As young men, we should have been taught to pursue trades and to pursue degrees and not to chase tail. If we would have been told that, we would all be so much further along at 28, 29 years old, you know. So yeah.